What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who's Hot and Who's Not with Deuce and Coop. Tonight, we got a very special guest joining us from the University of Madison, Wisconsin, Owen Schmidtman. Owen, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Dunk, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to join the boys. I'm ready to talk a little football, a little Derek Carr MVP hot takes, and woo, I'm locked in, big dunk.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Deuce, how we feeling, man? Episode 2. Got one under our belt last week, and now we're on number 2. How we feeling about it, buddy?
Dunk, this is episode 1, bro. Last week was week 0. This is week 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
First week.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce, I love the helmet. I love that. Great addition to the show, especially since we're talking NFL. Cooper, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, everyone in here's favorite college team won this week. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm doing great, baby. 2-0. 2-0, baby.
Yeah, knew something like that was coming, but
I had
boys,
to get one in quick.
let's get into it. And I want to start off with a man who last episode dropped the hottest take ever on Duenkel Productions by picking Derek Carr to win the MVP. Deuce, what teams are hot in your opinion after week 1? And I have a feeling who one of them are.
All right. So my teams who are hot, I got the Los Angeles Rams, my Los Angeles Rams.
Yes,
They
sir.
went in SoFi Stadium, first game with the fans, beat the Bears by 20, did it, And then the New Orleans Saints. They came out, they did their thing. 38-3 against the Packers, they did their thing. I got 2 players who are hot. First one gonna be Matt Stafford, nice little 320 with 3 touchdowns. Did his thing. And my next one is gonna be Derek Carr. He's MVP candidate right now, led a game-winning drive, did his thing. That's who I picked for MVP. He did it. He did his thing.
Cooper, man, I'll pass it to you now. Who is hot headed into week 2?
I'm going to go a little bit of a different route because I think you could say it's a few teams that are pretty simple. You could obviously say the Saints, like he said. Rams did good. I'm going to go with the Seahawks as one. I think the Seahawks going to Indy is a good win.
Yep.
And number 2, I would go with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's a really good win over Minnesota. I mean, I don't think many people expected it, with especially like how Chase was playing in the preseason. He was getting all the hate. He played great. I think that's a really good win for the Bengals. I'd say those would be my 2 teams that really impressed me because the Seahawks really controlled that game the entire time, and just the Bengals beating the Vikings was very impressive.
Owen, welcome into Who's Hot or Who's Not. I'll swing it to you now. What do you have that's hot this week headed into week 2, bro?
So Coop took 2 of my teams that I was thinking about, but I think after week 1, the hottest team in the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals laid a beat down on the Tennessee Titans, and they showed them they're legit, Coop. They're legit.
Yeah, and it was the defense. It was the defense, man.
Let me get to that. And then give me a second. I just had my other team. I had it written down right here. Dunk, my second team, who's hot. You know what? You know who I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers. Because you know why? Yeah, I mean they obviously, they're a weird team. I mean, you got Sam Darnold now, but then again, like, you have weapons. You got Robbie Anderson. I mean, you got more. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey. You got the best back in the game. So there's a lot there. And for my players of the week that are hot, got to go back to what Coop was just talking. Arizona Cardinals, Chandler Jones, 5 sacks right there. He's hot, baby. And then number 2, you got to go with the best back in the league, Christian McCaffrey. The guy he gets it done, is what they say. He gets it done. He's a PTP. Dick Vitale would be proud.
Dunk, let me say something real quick. I didn't get to mention my player who's hot. I only got one. I got one player. He's a wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. His name's Deebo Samuel. He's healthy. He's back. And he is going to be a monster this year. He is going to be a monster. He was a monster his rookie year. He tore up the Packers. and he's good. He's back.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, Coop. I completely agree. But boys, I also kind of took this a different way, Coop, as well. I picked two teams that I think are going to surprise you guys a little bit of who I took. Number one's got to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, they went into Buffalo against that Bills
Best
Mafia
win
at
of the
full
week. Best win of the
capacity.
week.
And got the job done. I thought they looked like the team last season that was kind of 11-0, running on all cylinders. And I think that maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers are ready to make another run at this thing with big boy Mike Tomlin back at the helm. Big Ben Roethlisberger seems to be slimmed down in the offseason. So look out for them. I actually picked them on the Sunday show to get the job done in Buffalo. So shout out to me. And then my second team is going to be the Denver Broncos. Anytime you can go from coast to coast and pick up a win, especially in the fashion that Broncos did, really controlled that game. From start to finish, I didn't think it was really close at any point. The Broncos really showed that when they have a good quarterback, they're a pretty good football team. Teddy Bridgewater looked really good week one. We'll see if he can continue his ways. But boys, my players who are hot, I think you got to start off with Nick Chubb. I know that they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, but Nick Chubb had a monster game. 2 touchdowns, really ran the football well, ran it effectively as well. Looked like he was in midseason form week one. And then I'm going to toss a kicker in here. For the brand, baby, big Pat McAfee show fan. I'm going to toss Chris Boswell in there. Chris Boswell had a huge game against the Buffalo Bills. As I mentioned, Pittsburgh Steelers picking up that dub. So yeah, boys, that's who I have that's hot. But Deuce, who is not hot, headed into week 2.
All right. So who's not hot? I know you said give 2 teams, 2 players, everything like that. Yeah. But I got to throw this one in there.
Okay.
The entire NFC North. The entire NFC North. You got all 0-1. You got Bears losing to the Rams, Packers losing to the Saints, Vikings losing to the Bengals, Lions losing to the 49ers. It's not looking good for them right now.
No.
Other team that's not hot, I'd say the Bills. They didn't look good for the MVP candidate Josh Allen, and as much talent as they have in that offense, they didn't look good. Player who's not hot, Aaron Rodgers. Man, oh man, did he have a bad game. Looked bad. And then my other player, Ezekiel Elliott. Lack of touches. He didn't look good at all. Wasn't hot.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's fair.
Cooper, who you got, buddy? Who's not hot headed into week 2?
I'll start with the Packers, obviously. I mean, they just brutal. One of the worst losses that they've had over my lifetime, for sure.
Yeah.
And then my other team definitely would have to be the Falcons. I mean, that was embarrassing. Their offense was atrocious. I know they aren't expected to be a playoff team or anything, but when you have Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, I mean, you'd expect at least something. And putting up 6 points versus a very average Eagles team, that was pretty disappointing. And Deuce kind of took Zeke from me there. I was going to say Zeke. Zeke was pretty disappointing this week. I expected a lot more from Zeke. And he just didn't come through at all. I mean, just horrible game. And then my other player, going off of the Packers, wouldn't even be – I mean, you could say Rodgers obviously was disappointed, but I was going to say Aaron Jones. I would stick with the running backs. Aaron Jones was pretty disappointing. Wasn't even the leading rusher on the team. Didn't really do anything out of the backfield. It's disappointing. That's what I got for you.
Owen, who's not hot in your opinion headed into week 2?
I know they're awful, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are a disappointment to the NFL. I mean, you got the number 1 pick. Yeah, I mean, Lawrence, it's his first week, so cut him some slack. But I mean, you already got rumors about Urban Meyer saying his heart's not in it to leave after 1 week. Like that just doesn't happen. Like I said, they're disappointing, and what makes it even worse is how bad they lost to the Texans. I mean, you got Tyrod Taylor in behind center on the other team. He let him light you up for like what 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. That was disappointing. I mean, I think they at least got to be better than that. And then my other team disappointing. The team I thought the Packers were obviously the most disappointing team all week, but also the Titans. They look so bad. Obviously, they got all this. They kind of have a lot of high expectations after the Julio signing, but they just look bad, and that kind of goes into my players who aren't hot. I thought Derrick Henry just was bad this week. He was really bad, and for a guy who you think is going to get a lot of the work, and he should get a lot of the work, he was hit behind the line a lot. And then I'm kind of sticking with the same team. I also think Julio Jones. I don't know how he's going to do this year. I mean, you got AJ Brown, the number 1 receiver on that team. I think the Jones trade isn't going to be anything for what they kind of thought it was going to be when they went for it and made it.
Oh, and I like your analysis and selections there. Really, really good stuff. So the two teams that I had that are not hot headed into week number 2, I think here I'm going to start off with the Minnesota Vikings. I think you talk about how a lot of their fans were coming into the season feeling really confident that they could contend in the NFC North, and you end up facing a team with Joe Burrow, who's coming off an ACL injury, whose offensive line isn't great. Their defense isn't spectacular. Yes, they have a lot of weapons out on the outside. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon in the backfield as well. So they do have some of those weapons. Tyler Boyd obviously still there. And this is a game that Minnesota should have won. It shouldn't have been really that close. And credit to the Bengals for going in there and winning that game. But Minnesota's starting the year off not hot. And then my team number 2, who I was really disappointed. Talked about this on the Sunday show that I thought the Colts were going to start off hot, and they are starting off not hot after that game against the Seahawks. The defense did not look very good. The offense looked up and down, inconsistent, to say the least. Carson Wentz, I didn't think looked that comfortable. I don't know what to expect from the Colts. We'll see. Obviously, I think they got some talent on that football team, but they're not starting the year off right. And then player wise, I think you got to start off with I think one of you guys made the point of Zeke and how he didn't get many touches. How about Saquon Barkley, man? 10 touches, 10 carries. That's not enough for Saquon. He was medically cleared to play in this game, and he was 100% healthy. They were saying didn't look like it to me. Started off the year slow, and we'll see if he can bounce back. But Saquon's a big one for me. And then my other player who didn't start off good, I thought was Josh Allen. I thought Josh Allen just didn't look right throughout the game on Sunday. I thought he made some nice plays, but I just thought overall he did not start the year off right for a guy that we were expecting to take an even bigger jump from year 2 to year 3. So boys, any thoughts about who someone had that shouldn't be in the hot or the not side? Anybody have any thoughts on that?
1-0, baby. Chiefs, Kingdom. Just had to put that out there. My favorite team's 1-0.
Okay. Dude, go ahead. Go ahead, on.
Go ahead, Big Dude. Oh, no, Big D. Let me take this. But one team that I was going to say is, like, even though it was a disappointing loss for the Browns, I mean, you go toe-to-toe, you should win that game against the Chiefs. I mean, the Browns are legit. I mean, Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback. There's no way around it anymore. He doesn't make dumb decisions anymore. He didn't have a touching pass. I don't think he had a passing touchdown, the other day, but he threw for like 350. So he had a pretty good week. He's smart now. I mean, they are a good team. They just get hot at the right time, and they could definitely be in the Super Bowl.
Agreed. Deuce, go ahead.
I'm going to add on to what Owen said. Baker Mayfield, he threw that pick at the end of the game, but he was rolling out. He tried throwing that ball out of bounds. It got hit low, and that's why the ball sailed like that. But he was throwing out of bounds. Baker Mayfield, I felt like if the Browns kept the ball that drive, they were going to score.
Agreed, brother. Agreed.
Agreed, Deuce.
I got another one. I got another one that's similar to Owen's. Another team that lost but looked really good was the Cowboys. Cowboys looked really good.
Very
I agree.
good.
Definitely,
Very
I
good.
I definitely would say the Cowboys are the favorites to win. In my opinion, favorites to win that division. Very weak division.
The only other team I'd say would be the Washington football team because their defense
Yep.
is so good.
Football team. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
true, but their offense is so bad. Watch out for
No,
them Eagles, baby.
But here's the
Eagles
thing.
fly.
Here's the thing, Coop. Too is like, I mean, Logan Thomas, Gibson, and McLaurin. Like that's not the worst, but it's like they don't
No,
have a
not at
quarterback.
all.
No,
No.
it's just they just don't have a quarterback. And you got
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor?
Taylor
Is it
Heineke.
Taylor Heineke out there literally playing in the CFL and just out here balling now?
What they need to
Yeah,
do is go
exactly.
trade for Dwayne Haskins. He would be a force on that team.
No, they're gonna bring in Cam Newton probably
Cam
though.
Newton is a
They
lot.
will,
I
because
mean, he was already talking about going.
Because
to
Ron Rivera too.
Yeah.
Riverboat.
All right, fellas. Lock of the week. What's your lock of the week? Who's covering this week? Who is a guaranteed cover? Starting with you.
Give me the Raiders over the Steelers plus 5.5.
I like that. I like it. I like it. All right, Dunk, what do you got for me?
I got the Chiefs. I believe it's minus 3.5 over the Ravens. I think that is an absolute lock. I have so many questions about the Ravens. I think the Chiefs are going to come out and play well.
I like it. I like it. All right, big dog. What do you got for me?
So I'm stuck. There's two that I'm stuck between right now. I got
Need one.
no, I know. I'm telling you, the two that I was stuck between is I'm stuck between Buffalo minus 3.5. I like that, but also what I'm ultimately going to go with, baby, is I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers minus 3 against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a lock of the century, Dunk.
I like that.
That's
There
a
we go.
century lock.
I like what we got going here. I mean, I can't personally. My lock of the week. This is the one I'm taking to the bank. I can't go far away from Big Dunk. I got to go with the Chiefs minus 3.5.
I like that. I like
Patrick
that.
Mahomes owns the Ravens. He's
I like
never
that.
lost to the Ravens. Lamar struggles against the Ravens. The Chiefs put up.
They just don't have a
points.
running game to compete. They don't have a running game to compete
They
with them.
put up points against the Ravens. They've done it. They're going to do it again. They're too good, too versatile. Minus 3. Absolute lock. Lock that. And now,
I like
need
that,
everyone's
boys.
upset. I need everyone's upset of the week. Get your upset ready. We're starting with Owen this time. We're going backwards. Owen, I need that upset of the week. What do we got?
Upset of the week. I think it's what we just talked about. I think I'm taking Carolina over New Orleans this week. Taking Carolina. I like what they do. I think Sam Darnold is gonna restart his career here in Carolina. I think he's got the talent. I think he's got good playmakers around him. I'm not saying it's insane, but you can do a lot with the best running back in the NFL.
All right, Dunk. What do you got for me? I like that pick.
Ooh, Coop. I'm gonna actually go against Owen's lock here, and I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles in an upset. And I think after what I saw last week from the Eagles offense, I think they're gonna be able to make some noise, put up some points. The Niners have to travel all the way from the West Coast out to the East Coast. You see sometimes teams have a letdown game there. I like the Eagles to win this week.
All right, Deuce. Brother, what do you got for me? I need an upset.
My upset, Cincinnati Bengals over the Chicago Bears. Book it. Give it to me
I
right
like that. I like that. People may not think that's an upset just because Cincinnati's 1-0. It's an upset. That is
It is an
definitely
upset.
I would consider that an upset.
What's the line on that game, Deuce?
I
Or
believe
Coop?
Cincinnati's plus 2.5. I believe.
And
They're
Owen, what
plus
do
2.5.
you know what the line is on that Panthers game, Cooper, by chance?
The
Plus 3.5,
Saints.
I want to say.
The
I think Saints are
minus 3.5. So yes, Panthers plus
Hey.
3.5.
One thing I will say too is I try to stay away from it because I just don't. Sometimes you got to stay away with your team. But I also think the Detroit Lions cover minus 10 or plus 10.5 against the Packers this weekend.
It's plus 11 now.
Plus 11. I think the Detroit Lions cover.
It just
Coop,
got changed.
did you
11
say
now.
your upset of the week?
I did not. I'm about to right now. As much as I would like to, I mean, I said the Panthers one. That's the one I like. I'm gonna go away from it just because Owen picked it. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings over the Cardinals. I think they're gonna win, but I'll take the Minnesota Vikings plus 3.5 versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals, good team, but they were streaky last year. I'm gonna hope that continues this week. Hopefully, they're streaky this week. I'll take Minnesota. I think Minnesota's gonna look a lot better. That's what I got for you.
And if you guys need to know what the betting lines are, they are currently at the bottom of the screen, scrolling across there. So we have Owen going with the Panthers at +3.5. Myself going with the Eagles at +3. Deuce, my brother, is going with the Bengals at 2.5, and my big brother Coop is going with the Vikings at +3.5.
This is good stuff. This is good stuff.
The production's taking off, boys. That's all I know. It's taking off. We just hit
Sportsbook
100.
coming soon, fellas. Sportsbook coming soon.
We just
Yeah.
we just hit 150 subs last night. I just want to say real quick, shout out to everybody. Coop also resubscribed last night, so shout out to Coop.
150.
Hey, I
That's
wanted
big
to be the
stuff, dog.
150th subscriber, baby.
It feels great, Coop. I know. I'm sure it
this
does,
show
man.
right here.
Yeah.
So this episode's not going to be this long because you're going to edit it down. You
Yep.
don't want it to be too long.
Yep.
But this show right here is what's getting you to 200 subscribers.
I bet. This show
show's
right
taking
here.
off.
Okay.
I already got a couple people who asked when it's coming out. Just know Jackers is ready. He's ready for the episode. He told Deuce and I he's ready.
It'll come out probably Thursday night before that Washington versus Giants game.
Beautiful. He's ready. I'm gonna be ready. I'm expecting an editing masterpiece by you.
I like what we can do here.
Video, I need this video condensed. I need it nice, crisp, everything moving along, and we'll do it again next week. And
I'm
next
so
week,
ready.
my setup's gonna be even better.
I'm ready.
Update. All right, MVP update. My man Deuce. I'll start with you, man. How about Derek Carr, man? How about Derek Carr?
DC.
You sticking with it? You're going into next week with Derek Carr? All right. I like that.
Cooper, are you rolling into next week with Josh Allen of the Buffalo
I've
Bills?
already gotten rid of Josh Allen. He's gone. I'm off the train after 1 week. That tells you how hype I am about number 15 in red. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Lock.
Love it, Cooper. And man, my MVP had a tough week last week. Aaron Rodgers, the man himself. But I will say, boys, the three years that Aaron Rodgers has had a game where he's passed for an under 37 passer rating. He 1 year won the Super Bowl and the other 2 won MVP. I'm sticking with Aaron Rodgers as my MVP. I ain't jumping ship after week 1. Go Pack, go baby. Big O, you weren't on the episode for week 0 as Deuce is calling it. So Big O, who's your MVP, brother?
My MVP is getting a little wild here, but we're going with, I wouldn't say super wild, but we're going with someone nobody talked about. Yes, I'm basing it off of the first week, so I'm not going to say I was behind it the whole time.
Okay.
But I'm feeling an MVP season from Kyler Murray. I'm thinking he can do it. I think he's got the weapons, and I think he's gonna throw for 300 yards every week, and he's gonna run for 60. I think it's gonna be one of those years like Lamar had, where it's like he might not be the best quarterback because you obviously still got Patrick Mahomes, but it's like, but he had the best stats, so it's like you cannot not. And I think the Cardinals, and I think I think Kyler Murray is gonna get it. And then if I had one other guy who I think if you want to make some good money, put your name on him right now is Russell Wilson, because his odds aren't great still, and he's going to be there. Week 11, he's going to be in the top 4 conversation again.
And don't look away from Christian McCaffrey. He can stay healthy. That man will be.
Oh, absolutely. But it's just so hard to give it to the running backs.
It is.
All the correct.
I mean, if he can do that, what he did every week, man. If he can put up those receiving yards, those rushing yards, score, he'll be up there.
Oh yeah, no. Patty Mahomes probably still the safest bet. You know how it is. Best player in the league.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you want, hey, Big Deuce will like this one. If you just got some dollars to throw around and just say, hey, screw it, Matt Stafford's got some really good odds for MVP.
I'm sure he does, but I just don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's.
No,
I don't think he's got
some of those sports books where you can toss down $5 to win 200. Why not?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Oh, and you said Kyler Murray, correct?
Kyler Murray's my pick.
And then Deuce, you were sticking with your boy Derek Carr.
DC, baby.
I dumped Josh Allen. I'm not changing from Mahomes again. Mahomes is the MVP.
Yeah,
and
probably.
Coop got Mahomes, boy.
I gotta
Oh,
get
when
some
my
NFL
homie-
jerseys for this John. I gotta get some NFL jerseys, rocking them on the show.
And
agree.
we got a little MVP ticker going up. Look at that, boys. Look at that, boys.
I like that.
Stop
All right,
fucking
Doug.
playing.
All right, Doug.
with
You
my-
close it out. You give them the outro. You close this one out.
All right, boys. Well, all I gotta say is I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Who's Hot and Who's Not, episode number 1, because last week was episode 0, according to at Deuce Shake, Spencer
Not
Shake.
according to it was.
It was whatever,
was.
you know. Huge shout out to Big O, Owen Schmidtman for joining us. Huge shout out to my man Coop for always stopping by, running the pick segment, all that good stuff. If you boys haven't already, make sure to go check us out on Instagram, because we will be having some graphics about who's hot or who's not over the next couple days. Also, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. We are on the road to 200 subscribers. Just hit 150 last night. Make sure you guys go check us out. And keep making every moment matter. Thanks, boys. Deuce, Coop, all the boys, stick around for a little bit. We can talk after the show if y'all want. But have a great night. See y'all next time on Who's Hot and Who's Not.